Dust2 will be our first map.
Alright, well, Avant on that T side, which means that, if I'm not wrong, Order has chosen to start on the CT side, so we'll see if that does end up coming back to bite them a little. Avant setting up for this top mid control, ready with the smoke for Xbox potentially, although it is the smoke in upper dark, so potentially it's going to be a dribble smoke into B. And then we'll see what Avant wants to do after that, as they only do have these two pieces of utility, both of which have been thrown towards B. It's the door smoke as well as the flash over the top. Hugh applies pressure. The rest of Avant going straight up catwalk. Alistair doesn't even know what hit him.
Hasn't drawn full rotations yet, though, as you can see over towards the A site. Solid crossfire, Jyra. It's going to be Stillo actually from Car fighting both of the heads coming up short. Hugh tries to fight at mid. He's going to be leaving Blitz solo, who gets mopped up as well. And that's a very solid way to start. Stillo with a 3K, kicking things off for Order.
That round was definitely getting dicey, but Order has done a pretty good job of shutting down that catwalk aggression. Stillo in particular, just fragging up a storm from that car position. You love to see the USP used at a range like that to such proficiency. As we often do see from Avant, it is the Force buy straight back into things. The Deagle Armor buy as well as the Scouts. Let's see if they can make them work. So far, not so good. Trying to take a duel with an M4 that quickly into the round has not gone so well.
No, not that it's necessarily expected to. M4 is almost always supposed to win. Well, so far so good for Order on this CT side. Anti-eco, anti-force buy, I guess you could call it. That said, Avant have a decent belt of utility with 3 smokes here, so I'm interested to see what they're going to be using that for.
Just a couple of smokes. It is just a progression smoke for them to potentially one way under the bottom of it or try and find an angle towards this ace site. Order very much just happy to sit, set up, ready for this mid to be. If it does end up being a A site hit, Alistair's just looking to get a pick or two on the cross and they'll begin that retake.
Whoa, up to site. Avant very happy to gain full control. Hazard on the cover, but it looks like they're just going to continue to edge forward, waiting for this ramp player to come in, but Stillo holds that spray down, finds himself the double, but the bomb plant has gone down, so Avant, it is going to be a small victory in one regard, but it's a 1v5, and Blitz has a whole lot of work to do. Naded down to 50 HP, and he's just packing his bags, knows that the round is lost, so at least takes the Deagle and Armor into the next.
Look, even just over the top of these last couple of rounds from Order, just in this tournament and the last tournament as well, Stillo's been really fantastic lately for Order. Really hitting a very good level of form. Multi-frags on the rifle of the CT side has been fantastic from the man.
2-0 for Order, off to a pretty decent start. Avant going to have to take another save here. Just the Deagle for Blitz. Apoc's going to grab one as well. So a little bit of an investment here for Avant, just try and do some damage to that CT economy. But they weren't able to do a whole lot in the last round. And so Order are basically off to the best possible start they could have had.
Yeah, 2+K in the bank on all of their players. It's exactly right. They're right where they want to be. CT side of Dust2, you win that pistol, you start to get your CT side economy rolling. This is a bit of an eco slaw as Alistair. Why wouldn't you be full confident just swinging the doors when you know your opponents have only got the pistols?
Yeah, Hugh might have been some footsteps there. Jyra very aware of his positioning. Another easy frag for Order. You start to maybe get the sense that Avant are going to struggle today if Order can continue to play this style of Counter-Strike come the gun rounds. Although, how much can you really read into the two anti-ecos? I'm not so sure.
Not a whole lot. But it is worth noting that, you know, well, a couple of kills coming through is pretty good there. Maybe a little overconfident from Order. Losing some more guns than they would have wanted to. Yeah. Hopefully they can go recover that M4. But this is kind of the brand of Counter-Strike that Order... Oh, hold on.
Sterling.
Bomb's still in spawn.
He doesn't care. He's got an M4. He's got a dream. He knows that there's at least one more player over towards that A site as well. Ali threw a flash over bedroom to allow that push to come out for Jyra, but Sterling is at the ready now. He's making a whole world of noise. But Order don't know that he doesn't have the bomb, so could just feed him, maybe Ali. Dodges that for the moment. How's the timing here? Sterling with
Wow.
another. Okay, 3K already, and in the one-on-one, he's got 30 seconds. He knows he has to make his way to the bomb. I don't think Val has heard him going over towards long, though.
No, he's definitely managed to get past Val.
No-
20 seconds, though. Can he get the bomb and go to B? Does he have the time to do
yeah,
that?
he
Yeah.
has time, and Valiance doesn't have a kid either. So if Sterling can get himself on one of these
Ooh.
off angles, maybe he like plants the bomb and gets up on top of Heaton. And just uses...
No, he doesn't have
oh,
time
he
now.
doesn't have time, actually. I thought he would have had time to make it to that B side. Even so, though, you know, he's got that 4K in the bank. One of his teammates maybe can drop him an AWP, or he can just hold on to the M4 for this round. He's totally fine to buy up here. Yeah, that's a disaster for Order. They were heading into a 5-on-2 there against 2 unarmored pistoling players, and they lost 4 guns. That's really not what you want to be doing on the CT side of Dust2. The economy is so important. Now Ustillo's broke. Alistair's got no utility on the AWP. They're into a double AWP. They have actually just cooked their economy here. They went from a dream start of all probably having 5K heading into this round as a bonus to being completely broken, hinging on the fact that this double AWP won't actually fail.
Well, it's going to have to be salvaged by Order. If they can win this round and they can do that cleanly, then all will be forgotten.
Hugh has taken the bullet for the boys. He has gone down to that light armor to be able to drop the AWP over, and he doesn't have any utility. Not that he really needs any in this role. Just looking over towards long, keeping tabs on whether Order's taking that bedroom control, and just counting the grenades over towards long to relay the information to that in-game leader. Avant, in the meanwhile, Hazard's just poking out the middle, and that's a really good way to start. Ustillo, so far, been pretty impactful for Order. Goes down early on in the piece.
Yeah, that's definitely not good news for Order. Avant really starting to get a bit of a grasp on this map already, which it didn't look like they were going to be able to do quite so easily. Now an opening frag, Utils run out on that CT side. Avant have plenty of options. It seems they'll angle towards the A-long area. Well, maybe a bit of a walk up short. Explore the map, and that's what Valiance is doing as well, but he gets the timing wrong. APOC will punish him for that, and there is a trade from Alistair, but all's well that ends well for Avant as they start to make their way into the A site. Ricky, a double kill with the AWP, and Alistair chimes in as well, and Pilski, it's exactly like what you mentioned. Order really putting all of their eggs in that double AWP basket, and they have made it work.
So pretty sick setup there for Order to get back in from the man disadvantage. Val just searching his way around, and it managed to at least get all the information. Ali with a nice couple of kills there, and then over towards the A site. It was just held down nicely.
Yeah, a lot of utility there in the late round for Avant. Could have definitely used that a little better. Couple of flashbangs that went awry. Now into another buy here for Avant. Order, here's a chance for them to solidify their economy as well as their round count. Avant, though, have gone and taken that catwalk control very early on. Not a whole lot of utility left in the back pockets here for Avant, though. No Molotovs, just a handful of flashes and smokes. They got to get an execute done with 2 smokes and a couple of flashes.
And now a bit of a lack of HP on APOC as well, because he's caught that grenade quite nicely. Still, not the end of the world for Avant just yet. Sterling's going to peek through mid doors, see if he can find anything. No luck so far. It's an interesting setup for Order, having 2 on the ramp over toward B.
Yeah, I like it, especially because Ricky's quite low on the HP. As that B anchor, you've got Ustillo, he's got a double counter flash in case this B site hit does come in. Flashbang on the line pushes Ricky off. Well, he's just going to re-smoke that one, but Avant, they're grouped up on catwalk.
Yeah, well, while this has happened, look how much control there is at long Order. They're just deep in bedroom trying to play the bait setup as well. Ali taking point and just playing full retake on the A site. But Avant look like they're going to try and send it to B instead. Ustillo comes around the corner, finds 2 quick ones, but still Avant silently edging through the smoke. Val has no idea, but do Avant expect another man on the B ramp? They've just played Ring Around the Rosie. Ricky has no idea that he's open from the side, and that's going to be the entry and the site found over towards B.
I'll tell you what, I don't think Ricky's going to be too pleased about that one, but Valiance might still have a pretty big impact in this round. It's 3-on-3, and he's very close to the doors. I wonder whether or not Order are going to be able to get into this B-bomb site, because Avant might not be expecting Valiance this close, and that's exactly the case. Great trade, though, from Hazard, and Sterling locks down the tunnels. That's the end of Gyra. First round on the board for Avant. A very weird round, though, and I don't really know what to make of that.
That was just amazing discipline being, I guess, developed by Avant, you know, being shown there. No one making noise after losing 2 men out mid doors. That's pretty crazy. And then edging through a smoke, so risky one.
Call it discipline. I call that highway robbery. Avant's just gotten away with on that round. They ended up in a 4-on-3 and find a really nice timing, all walking through a left side mid smoke.
Right, one flash to send the pistols in. They're just waiting for contact, and there it is. But Hazard's already dealt with the 3 that were supposed to swing. Now Gyra's left solo, and Hazard finds himself a beautiful 4K up against the default pistols.
He's looking sharp today. Did like that first gun round that we saw from Hazard. The man just walked it out middle and found himself the opening kill. Something that I would like to see from the young man a little bit more. More initiative.
Bit of Terminator Hazard.
Yep.
Does have those moments every now and then, doesn't he? Some of those maps where Hazard just goes bananas.
With money situation for Order. Can buy the singular AWP if they want it, but it will be pretty dry on the utility. Wouldn't mind them, especially because they're ahead in the round count, just take a half buy here with maybe Deagle Armor or a Scout. They are going to buy up though. It's attack pause for Order. Did see all 5 of those players surviving for Avant, so they have a very strong economy across the board down there, which is why I might have preferred to see Order actually take the save here and play a little bit more of the long game, stack up that loss bonus, try to chip away at the economy. Essentially from this position, if you're Order, if you take the buy here with this limited util, you've only got the singular AWP, and you win, but only with 1 player surviving, you're only going to have like, you know, 3.5k. It's going to be an even worse buy in the next round, and Avant has got plenty of money. Whereas if Order, they take the save here, next round they're going to have double AWP. They could have a hell of a lot better utility to be able to control the map. That's very important on Dust2. See, they're not going to have the utility to fight for long here. Like you see the Molotov drop, Gyra's going to potentially get counter-flashed in, but they choose to avoid that, and that's just long control for Avant, because they've essentially bullied them out of long with superior util.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot left in the back pocket even for Order now to defend either of the bomb sites with. A nice HE nade maybe from Gyra is going to do a bit of damage, but short of that, Alistair with the AWP might actually be the key difference maker if this long push ends up coming.
Has to be. He's still on that aggressive rifle as well. Would love to see if a bit more time elapses that he and maybe somebody else could go a bit more aggressive into short potentially. But with the man advantage, I don't think the Order's really the ones who have to be assertive.
Well, you got the AWP posted in pit. You got the rest of the Avant players milling about in long, and it does seem like they're going to commit to the A bomb site, which may not work out exactly as they'd like it to. A flash into mid for Ricky just to peek the doors, make sure no one's coming through there, and it's a bit of info for Order. They know that Avant is coming. They're well prepared for it, and Justillo and Gyra do exactly what they need to do. Just banging some heads off. It's just APOC left, and he can't get anything done. That's a very nice round in the end for Order.
Solid structure. Avant, they had no flashes remaining, so they really just had to go for the dry swing across CT, and that's one of the more dangerous places to be, especially when all the CTs are set up, expecting the cross. So Avant try to force their hand, and it doesn't work out this time, but still, after that round, a few ago, where they did manage to keep 5 alive, they've got plenty of money to buy up again.
Money's good for Order. That's what's most important. And Avant, like you said, do reinvest, and now after taking that long control and putting a lot of emphasis towards catwalk, they're going to speed it up straight into B. And
in they come, Gyra, drawing a whole lot of attention as he taps some heads as well. Can't get the second. Hazler on the trade. Val, he's here, a double stack, just trying to play, but it's a 1-for-1. As Justillo goes down as well, and Avant now with the man advantage.
Yeah, you got the flank coming in from alley, from tunnels. Bomb only now just being established here from Avant. AWP being given a free pick here could make a difference for Order, but with the double AWP on the retake, don't think it's going to be happening. And especially with the amount of money that Order has here, there's no point throwing your life away in the round like this when you have plenty more rounds of CS to play with. The double AWPs have been pretty important for Order, so if they do just take the save here, they buy up a couple of those rifles and drop them over, they're going to be able to fight for that next round anyway. A kill on the exit, though, would be a bit of a difference maker for Order. If they're able to find a pick, if Alistair's able to pick one of these players coming out of tunnel or something like that, that could definitely have a bit of an impact on Avant's economy. And there it is. You're going to see the difference when Avant buy up next round. You can see they don't have much cash in the bank. Oh, actually, the money's a little better than I thought.
Wait, Ali's running in. He's looking for Sterling. He knew he was saving a car.
So they will be able to drop over those AKs. APOC with like the 6.6 grand, that's a difference right there. The man can just drop rifles for days. Still, it always helps, just killing that extra rifle. I feel like a lot of the time,
Sharp.
maybe if Avant's money wasn't as strong as it was, a lot of the time that third player dying can kind of be the breaking point.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Avant go towards that B site more often, knowing that Order are playing around the double AWP setup.
I like the approach from Avant, you know. Yeah, very, very quick plays into the small side against double AWP can definitely work out for you. You're right. However, I
thought Valiance was going to push through. I saw him walking.
Look at it!
I saw him walking and I was like, hang on, he's going through.
That's just someone that's casted a bit too much Asian CS.
Yeah, maybe.
True.
I was watching some of that.
That's not something that should be happening. You know, if you were casting an EU game or you'd been casting EU Counter-Strike and you saw that happen, you'd be like, what?
Did you see the clip yesterday of Danking on Inferno on Banana, trying to hold Banana, and he just like continues to peek the corner? Oh, man.
Was that Blair's clip of the day? Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I could only assume.
It was the perfect analogy and example of what we just saw there.
Down a flash setup from Jara.
Oh, nice position. Is cleared, though, Hazard. And he's going to be traded out by Ustillo playing in pit now. There's full priority on long control. Ustillo with another. And he's got Ali covering the cross from Kara as well. So Molly comes down, but it's not going to force him onto a dangerous line just yet. Ali, he's here for the crossfire, and there's the trade. Sterling, he's hunting for it. Ali may just have the advantage in terms of angles, but Sterling has that right eye peak, so gets away with it.
And Blitz has also gotten the pick on Doriki as he walked his way up onto the A bomb site. So from a great start for Order, this round has kind of just dismantled itself off of the back of a couple of picks. Valiance is very quick up the bedroom doors and does spot out Sterling, but he's not going to have time for the shot. And we'll see where this one ends up. Blitz has been spotted. It's down to just Sterling.
Best decision he's made is to swap to the AK there. Famis at long range is dangerous. Minimal time to get this bomb planted, and Sterling sticks it for short. But the question is, where does he go? It looks like he's going to take the fight at long. Smoke in the way, and there's minimal positions, but Valiant's hiding in the shadows with that smoke fading was so hard to spot for Sterling, and it's another round for Order.
He's closer to the smoke there. Unfortunately, that's just the way it happens. That's why you see so many people just sit inside smokes and wait for them to fade, because if you're inside the smoke and the other opponent's further away, it's just favourable for you the way it's going to fade. And like you did mention, picking up that AK gave him the 1B potential, the extra half second for him to just snap onto the head. Wins in that round. Ustillo is fragging up a storm right now. Ustillo's lobster mode on Dust2, as we have seen him do before.
It's looking like the Chiefs killer from IEM Sydney.
That's it. Money pretty cooked for both teams after that comes down to a 1v1, so this is going to be quite a defining round in this half. Avant, they could potentially even up that scoreline. Order could start to steam away ahead and have another dominant one-half lead. Ustillo, again, you can see him being aggressive. He's out on an island. It's not something you see from too many players on Dust2 very often, but Ustillo often quite confident to go aggressive on catwalk like this and look for some picks. He is somewhat supported by Jira. APOC unfortunately goes down to the AWP. Oh, a flick from Ali as well. And he gets 3. There's no way you should be peeking one by one into an angle like that without a flash, and Avant's just given that round away.
Yeah, it's gone a little bit haywire for Avant, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a roller coaster these first 10 rounds of Dust2. First, it looked like Order would get things done easily. Then it seemed Avant was coming back into the swing of things. And, well, now it's leaning back toward Order. But then all of a sudden, Blitz and Hugh, they get a triple kill. And where is this round going?
Okay, well, looks like it's going straight out mid, Jordan. Smoke at mid to B. They know that Val could still be here solo. Ali's very low and still has the AWP to play with. But Blitz can be caught with Util. They know that Val's playing close to doors now. One bullet into Hugh and he's dusted. Hugh with the 7 HP entry. And that could just be the round. But Ali, he's hungry. He wants the ace. He wants the round.
That's unbelievable from Hugh. And we need to see him probably do a little bit more work like that if Avant is going to win this series. But that is a potentially series-changing round, or definitely at least a map-changing round in the context of where things are for the Order economy, for example, and where this half has been going so far. that really should have been Order's 5 guns alive, and now it's going to be Avant's, and they've taken 4 guns off of Order. I mean, unbelievable how that's turned out.
Or, I think Ali might have just spotted the tippy top of Blitz's head there. Freebie found, but Ali now in a rough position. Blitz goes up on the trash, tries to wrap around. And it looks like Blitz is just going to keep himself alive instead. So, Avant come away with the round, but Ali still has that op to play with. And it looks like we're going to see the force up as well. A lot of the players there on double eco.
Yeah, force Deagle armor around that AWP. How the hell does that round go the way of Avant? In an important round like that as well. Should never have happened. Absolutely ridiculousness. What was even more kind of mind-boggling is you actually had Hazard, I think it was, just come out here for the peak on long. You know, you had the flash on the line. He gets put onto the line by APOC, as you can see there, and he posts up. They're well aware there's no one at long here, Avant, and then, you know, they're probably going to hear a little bit of utility being used in middle. You can see the flashes. Usila's going to chuck a smoke later on as well. And you can see them just, this is mind-boggling to me. You know that it's a short setup. You've seen absolutely nothing at long. And they just go peeking one by one into the AWP of Alistair. You know, in that situation, I just don't understand the decision-making there. I think they were confident that, you know, after APOC comes in for the peak, I'm kind of curious if Sterling's even ready. I mean, it's only really a shoulder peek from APOC, and then I feel like this is where it's like the domino that sort of forces it downhill. After you lose this guy who's, you know, APOC's only gone for a little shoulder peek there, you kind of feel like, oh, we have to trade him. You have to make something happen. And then that's where it sort of all starts to go downhill. Then Sterling dies, Hazard goes, oh, I have to trade him. I have to swing out. And then, unfortunately, he goes down as well after he gets Alistair down to 16 HP. So, kind of crazy how it can sort of fall apart. And you can even have that mentality of, you know, having to make something happen rather than kind of just cutting your losses because you feel like you've kind of been hard done by the situation.
Can I just point out, Hugh's only 2 frags in this map so far were last round. So think about that one that he just runs into B, swings straight in, gets that headshot. Talk about impact frags.
So you're telling me that he made it to Bond, James Bond, and we didn't.
He did.
Actually pay attention.
Look, I noticed there was a round earlier where we brought up that scoreboard. He had 3 ADR. I think that was like 5 rounds in. I don't normally like to sort of focus on the negatives quite so much, so I didn't bring it up. But yeah, definitely that last round from Hugh. If you're going to get off the board at some point, that's a way to do it.
Mm-hmm. He certainly used that golden eye to get back into the round. Hitting some nasty ones.
Wow, it's kind of crazy as well how that mid-round went. Like, I'm looking at this from the boys on Order, and I'm looking, you know, they kind of got this triangle of doom setup going where you're trying to wait for the T's to actually push up catwalk, and you kind of engage them together from multiple different angles. You can have Ricky swing around here as well. And, like, in theory, Avant coming out of lower, hold on, I'll turn this roof off. Avant coming out of lower and Hugh coming up catwalk here. You think, like, to me, before, you know, you stop this and the round gets kick-started again, you think it's going to go the way of Order every time. They're in a 5-on-2, but unfortunately, all of them start to fall back on different angles, and this gives a bunch of 1v1s to Avant for them to win.
Yep. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, and Order let a fairly impactful round slip. It could be not just one round off of the back of that as well, more toward the point of 2 or 3 even, depending on how long it takes Order to get this economy back in line. So Avant could well equalize from that round. Bring it back to 6-6 after being probably, or supposed to have been, down 7-3.
It is another dodgy round. Avant still doesn't have a whole lot of cash. Order trying to force go all or nothing here around the AWP.
Deagle in hand for Ricky. He doesn't really pose too much of a defense. He's been able to land 1 shot, but so far things are progressing nicely for Avant. Here's Valiance to try and hold mid, but he's only good for 1, and that was the initial damage that Ricky did, making it quite a bit easier for him. Still not able to creep through the smoke. And so Avant will get into the bomb site, get the bomb plant down, and that is a fairly easy anti-force for them.
See if Jara can maybe farm up a couple of extra bucks in the bank. Hugh seems to have spotted him, and that was the chance, just tapping away. Jara somehow wins that fight against the AK.
Staple gun at long range, sometimes good.
It's all the fire rate, Mitch. you know?
The dinks.
Yeah. Tappity, tippity, tappity. Now with the AK finds another. Avant look at their money and say, look, we can't afford to lose any more rifles this round, boys. Do not go for the hunt any longer. Sterling really wants to keep the op alive. And so, gentlemen's agreement. Gyro fights for his right to survive.
Well, Avant's gotten the better of that trade. You know, after a couple of rounds where the economy's on the breaking point for both sides, Avant wins those 2 critical gun rounds. That could have been the difference, you know. You could be looking at Order right now up 8-3. Potentially going up to 9-3 here, but instead it's the other way around. Avant going up to 5-6, now into an anti-eco against an AK and a handful of USPs. Should be going up 6-6, and potentially they can fight for the lead here on the T side.
Certainly can, and that is just a rain of flashes over towards Long Alley. He's going to be isolated at car, but does have Ustillo playing from CT to try and play off Val as well, able just to swing if Alley takes this contact. But again, it's just these USPs, so Order don't have a great chance in the round. Gyro, the only man with the AK who's pushed up a dark. He's made his way into T-spawn. That's going to be the AK lost, and potentially even the round as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it, though. He has to be doing something, right?
Yeah.
If they're going to win the round, he sort of has to take one of these kind of high-risk, high-reward plays. And, well, high-risk plays tend not to work out more often than not. Avant, as you mentioned, Pilski going to get themselves to 6-6 off of the back of this round. Let's see what Ustillo can do. Hiding in the smoke. USP in hand. He's a deadly machine, fellas. And that is why.
Wow.
Yeah, nice.
So deadly,
nice try.
so machine.
Well, I mean,
Ricky,
keep
while
focus on
this
the
has
dead.
happened, he's going to grab the AK.
Yeah.
So potentially something salvaged from the round.
That's the one beer.
The 1B.
One beer?
Like 1 beer?
I'd like a beer.
What kind of beer?
It is the day for it, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
a good day.
Oh, yeah.
I had a cider.
What are we?
Earlier. Don't tell anyone.
33 degrees Celsius today in Sydney, Australia.
It is, I'm going to say, it's 4 p.m. So, you know, that's kind of like
How about you calm down, mate?
beers time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, 5
True.
p.m. somewhere. Probably in New Zealand.
You guys could geocast. I'll drive to the Bottle-O. How's that sound?
Yeah.
What do you want?
I'll grab a 4-pack of Bulmers, please.
Sure.
I'll have some chilled water.
Chilled water.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
I haven't drank since February, you see. So,
Haven't you?
no, save myself
Wow.
for a good occasion.
Saving yourself for the
Today is a good occasion.
It is a good day.
But look, I think you're right. That's great, Mac. I'm proud of you.
Lord. Mac's wild as it is, so you get a few beers in him. Oh,
Mate, you've seen me on coffee. Oh, jeez.
I've seen you on the beers as well.
A chilled water does sound pretty good as well.
Yes. Well.
What about a chilled Mountain Dew game fuel?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe we'll have some of those during the Mountain Dew game fuel post-match.
Yes.
Would love it.
Get some of those sorted out for the boys.
Couple of cold tinnies for the boys.
I'll tell you what, Order doesn't have a whole lot of grenades, again, on the CT side.
But they do have a defense set up here in mid, which could have worked out had Valiance found that initial frag. Ricky still going to be unexpected and will spray a couple before he drops, but it's only good enough to equalize the numbers, not to defend the bomb site until Avant again are into B. And that's always a problem. Retaking B, no util, no defuse kits. It's just not going to happen.
Difference is there's not a double op set up this time. So with the rifles, there's a chance Gyro, he's cleared mid.
Surely not.
The boys can still come through. It's one smoke, but the call's been made. They're playing this one with a bit of discipline and looking to carry it across to the next. With 3 alive, yeah, there's another chance for them to buy into the next and have some decent utility to maybe get some map control cranking. But again, Avant, this B site take out mid has just been too strong.
It's young Hazard, man. He's feeling it. That's the second or third time this half he's just rolled out mid and 1B'd the first defender.
It's the moustache magic.
It must be. It's just synonymous with sharp, being sharp.
Wait, just you wait until we get to Movember. I'm going to be the sharpest fella out.
Why, yeah.
You'd
I
be
am.
shooting people across the map in
Give
tanks.
you a run for your money.
Yeah. Get your periscope out and, you know, shoot the cupola or whatever.
Tanks don't have periscopes, Pilski. That's submarines. It was a good try, though.
What's it called when they look through the thing then?
That's the cupola.
Is that okay?
The
That's its
commander's
hatch.
hatch.
It's its
The
hat.
commander's hatch.
It's the tank hat.
All right, much better utility across the board here for Order after that save. Avant, you know, their money's good enough to roll through the rest of this half, no problems at all. So let's see if they can secure themselves 9 or whether Order can peg one back.
I mean, Avant have been on a bit of a roll, so I don't know that this is going to be so easy for Order. It's a far cry from what we saw in the upper bracket in round 1. Bit of a push through bedroom from Ricky, but he hasn't committed all the way, and so he's now getting some info, but he's left Alistair high and dry on the A bomb site, having to defend alone. Ali's doing a good job of getting his util out, but Hazard, once again, with the power of the mustache, overwhelms the A bomb site this time.
And save has been called again. So Ricky, he's got full control of T-Spawn. They're just looking to clear out backyard and make sure these rifles are carried across. And this time, one of these rifles is even worse than the others because there's one FAMAS rather than 3 M4s.
Yeah, all going to be saving in towards bedroom. Like what I saw from Avant, you can see they're kind of playing off of what T-side strats they've run before. Before when they went for that contact towards B after going catwalk a lot. This time, they actually threw the mid to B smokes here, and after throwing them out from catwalk there, you can see Ustillo, he goes for a little bit of info, and Sterling's ready there to punish and actually gets the pick on him over there. See if any of these kills go the way of Avant towards the end, because it would be quite expensive. And one of them goes the way of Hugh. That's pretty nice.
That was one of the M4s as well, so potential for big impact, but it looks like the buy is going to come out regardless. Still pretty good across the board. Great util.
I see. I don't know why Jordan's being weird.
What?
Jordan's always being weird. I don't know if you've noticed.
Jordan's acting like he's on a cooking show and they've just finished up whatever dish.
Oh, I hate that. It's so fake, isn't it? Anyway, what's not fake is this pushing along from Avant because they are not messing around. They're going to keep going forward. Alice has posted a car, but Sterling watches him, and that's the end of the CTs, at least on the A-bomb site. Valiance is going to try and retrieve something, which he does a pretty damn good job of. Tapping away with the FAMAS.
What?
Aim at him!
He's using a FAMAS!
He's been allowed to just tap his whole clip down range.
Oh, look where Sterling is! He's on top of default.
Oh, how has that fallen apart?
He said, if I got the alpha plant on top of default, you know I've got the confidence to win the round. But Order says, no, we're just going to double push through the smoke, and Val finds the perfect timing. There you have it. 7 on the board, 8 for Avant at the half. And look, second half, that's going to be a spicy one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. So come back for the second. We'll see you in a minute.
Ayy, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I ain't too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. This is fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, yeah.
Back on into Order and Avant, and it's the battle of who has the best mustache. Is it Alistair? Is it Hazza? It's definitely not Mac, because he's not even here on the desk. Pilsky, who do you think has the better mustache? Alistair or Hazza?
I like the ginger mustache, to be honest. I'm
You like
partial to the
Hazza?
ginger mustache.
That's fine, because I was going to vote
Plus-
for Alistair, so we're still at a stalemate. We'll have to wait until Mac gets back.
Yeah, and we flipped our predictions for the mustache game in comparison to the Counter-Strike. Flashes out middle though, and it's a setup already for Avant. 3 players in a crossfire, and that's gone terribly for Order.
Has indeed. They just tried to walk their way out, but when you walk into a stack like that,
Wow.
it's never going to go well. 9-7 with the scoreline, and Avant off to a good start on their CT side.
Only two words you can use to describe that. Oh, it's really 3 words. See you, mate.
Well, Sia could be one word, depending
Could
on
be.
how you write it.
Usually it's one word for me.
Yeah, definitely people who write it one, and definitely people who write it two. Maybe we should have a bit of a poll and see. Is it Sia or Sia?
Yeah.
Mate,
See ya.
Let us know.
The chandelier
you
lady
can tweet at Pilsky.
at Pilsky Class.
Yeah.
Follow me for nudes of Jordan. Don't ask me how I got them.
I would love to know, because I've never taken any. So
Never taken any. Wow.
Yep. I'm a good pious person, all right?
There you go.
No nudes before marriage. Anyway, we're going to be seeing Avant run their way away, perhaps not from Order, because they've thrown a grenade right on top of them, and Order's looking like a bit of a free farm right now. So this is some good stat padding,
hold on.
but it hasn't necessarily gone the way that Avant would have liked it to have. Hugh, long range with the MP9, though, is going to come for the drive-by and collects himself 3 and an M4, so won't be complaining about that at all. Welcome back to the desk, Mac.
Whoa.
We have one important question for you.
What?
Who has the better mustache, Hazza or Alistair?
Oh, don't do this to me.
Do we have player cams we can bring up to help Mac with the question?
Do we have them right now?
I don't know if we've got them right now.
Round.
There's one. Ooh,
There's one.
That's
Oh,
one.
Okay, bit of finger
You
in
like
the
that
mouth.
one?
Okay, he's
Mwah.
presenting well. All right, now show me Hazza quickly.
Or that one.
Oh, the side angle. I think Ali just has a little bit more growth at the moment.
Well,
he
Sterling,
does.
I don't know if he has a mustache, but he has the first pick, and this half is sort of sliding downhill pretty quickly for Order. Already 2-man disadvantage. Again, it's a setup towards middle for Avant.
Yeah, Hugh, though, he's going to drop, but Blitz gets right behind you, Stillo, and that'll be the end of him. Still, Order have an avenue of attack into A, in that they've set Gyro up at car. Alistair will be joining him fairly shortly. But now that that util's been thrown in, Blitz is getting a bit of a sneaking suspicion as to what might be happening. And before the flash even pops, Gyra's head certainly has done the same. Alistair gone as well, and that is a great round from Blitz. 4 kills in it. Did we ever get your answer, Mac? Which one did you vote for?
Yeah, I said Ali's looks that little bit better. at the
Hey,
moment.
okay,
Just a bit
so-
of extra length.
There you go.
I think
Alistair.
he
You're both-
potentially has been working on it for a little bit
And you
longer.
guys both flipped your predictions
Yep.
for series versus mustache preference.
So, just for your context, Mac, you were the deciding vote between Pilsky and I, because he went Hazza, I went Ali. I was glad to know you know exactly who's got the better mustache.
Look, Hazza
as
won
well.
the ginger vote, but I couldn't see it from that camera angle. He needs to fix it.
I mean, that's like a wooden spoon prize, though, isn't it?
yeah, maybe.
Oh.
I think, you know, you got to go for Avant mustaches in the lower bracket, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely power up.
Okay, Blitz, he's still holding here.
Yeah, look, Mac, I know you were off making your coffee, but if I was to summarize how these last 4 rounds have went, it would all be like this. Order went into middle, and then Avant just owned them
Yeah, right.
every time.
Oh, and Ricky now, he's going to be burning alive as well. So, just complete devastation.
Devastation.
Destruction
That's
and
a new word.
devastation.
It's like Straya.
It's even worse.
Devastation.
Here's where the mind game begins. Oh, even attack pause. So Avant, they've been just swinging mid every round for like 4 rounds in a row, pistol included. So this is where the mind game comes in. They've done the same thing over and over again. Do you get ready for Order to adapt and hard defend the extremities towards B site and long? Or do you do it again?
Are you playing love games, playing mind games?
Old Greg,
True.
do you love me?
What are you two on about?
Never seen Marty Bush?
I'm old Greg. You ever drunk Bailey's out of a shoe?
Haven't. I know that you've drunk
I certainly
other
have.
coffee beverages out of a shoe, though.
I certainly have. Look, questionable life choices here, but also questionable casting, and we're back into the action. Order with another bite.
Here's what I was saying. Avant, they hard defended the extremities towards long and B, and Order called the bluff and just went straight up middle again and took that catwalk control for free.
Whoa, big nade. Try down to 63. But Order with this short control.
Yeah, smoke top cat was actually Order's smoke. So, wasn't a defensive smoke. Now they throw the progression smoke and the flash out middle. Still in a 1-3-1 formation. Order putting some premium on defending those extremities, trying to punish anybody on the CT side looking for information. But as this clock does start to tick down, Order must make a decision. Are they going to execute catwalk towards the A side, or will they go mid to B? Blitz is committed towards that mid to B angle, ready for anyone to make their way out there. And Ricky ready with the flash at top mid. Will Blitz get blind here? Actually, Apox joined him as well.
Doesn't look like a bad setup at all here for Avant, does it? Apox spots the line, no one peeking off the back of that initial flash. It's a matter of time really for Order, but Avant might push the issue. Blitz, he's just walked out the mid doors! That is unreasonable! How has he gotten away with that? That's the end of the round. It's over. It's done.
All right, 20 seconds, and they hear the bomb rotating up towards the B site. Ustillo single-handedly needs to try to make his way through. Flash in. Apoc looking for the info, goes forward and finds both himself. Great play coming out from Avant. And Blitz, he's pushed into the stack at mid and found all 3 kills. That is completely ridiculous that has worked, but the man is on a mission today.
Yeah, just all those tiny pieces of utility that Order was throwing in. The initial flash, it must have signaled to Avant what the setup was going to be, or at least what they expected it to be. And as a result, he just decides now's the time.
Well, we got one guy holding mid-doors with his gun out. I think another one of these gentlemen also had his gun out. This guy had his gun out. I just want to go frame by frame, see how fine the timing was. He turns around, looks at the flank. 3 players with their nades out. Not a single person is holding this angle. And he just turns away to throw the bomb at that exact second that Blitz comes out. What timing is that? Hold on. We'll go back half a second. He says, watch him pull out. Watch him pull out the bomb.
Hurts.
He throws the bomb and he just gets absolutely obliterated. Half a second timing. Unbelievable.
Unreasonable, really.
Literally criminal.
Literally, just one guy turns around, looks at the flank, another guy pulls the bomb out. That's it. That's how you get a 3K, walking into a stack.
All right, let's put that down to hours of countless homework, knowing that Order was going to be throwing the execute at that particular second.
0:38. Bomb gets pulled out and exchanged.
That's some real tactical genius from Avant. But Order also thinking about things. They just did a double tack pause. We don't see that all that often. So they've called both of their last remaining tack pauses in a row. Had the extended time to think, maybe the extended time to reset after that round. Because to be honest, it is a bit of a tilter. And we'll see what they've come up with heading into round 21.
Alrighty. Big damage onto Hugh. No kill though.
Yeah, long control. And Blitz is feeling confident. The man's been multi-fragging up a storm. He just walks straight up middle. Why not? And he's found the timing again.
Oh, this man. He has the biggest brain in Australia today.
Flash from the A side as well to just delay a little longer. Blitz doesn't actually continue up the flank. Instead, is just containing Order up long as they crawl up that ghost wall. Flash ready from Valiance.
Flash dodged. Nice entry for Ricky. That's going to be the AWP dealt with.
Oi!
Apok in the open. Manages to double it up. Val on the trade, and it's back to the 3-on-2. Ustillo is now going to be laughed alive as Hazza finds another. Blitz coming in from long, and he's spotted the cross to side. It's a 1-on-2, but Ustillo has no idea that Blitz is closing the distance at long. It's just a matter of time. His back's exposed. He's trying to get his hands on the AWP now, but this is going to be rough to try to multi-frag. Caught with Util in hand, and that's another for Avant. 2 alive at the end and 14 on the board.
Don't know what the decision-making was there from Ustillo. He's clued on, usually. But he's swapping out for the AWP, picking up grenades, rather than just having his gun out, ready for 2 crisp 1Bs. If I'm thinking about Ustillo winning us a clutch, I'm not thinking about, oh, he's going to swap around a bunch of weapons, he's going to pull out grenades. I'm thinking Ustillo holds that angle and he hits 2 heads.
Got to do what you need to. Maybe in his mind, he was like, look, I need the AWP. I need it. Didn't work out this time.
But he didn't need it.
No, he didn't. But he didn't know that.
Oh, this is interesting. Avant have gone for 4 players over toward the A bomb site, and they're banking on the defense coming from just that one incendiary, which is what happens. So Order do not decide to send it into the B bomb site, though they do get out mid.
Oh, and pushing just before that smoke blooms. Val able to at least trade, but they've spotted that bomb go down. Blitz again with the aggression. Ricky lurking at the top of mid has some impact this time.
Yeah, they've recognized what Blitz has been doing, and they've set a player up to punish him for that. Apok missing a shot with the AWP, and that will be the end of him. So the fanfare does reside a little for Avant.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive up middle, and now that's a bit more of a normal round. Order, they hear that long take come out, they call the audible to go straight for that mid to B. Ricky's very aware that Blitz has been aggressive up catwalk and punishes that, and Order makes it work. Very nice mid to B split from them. Avant don't really feel like they've been tested very much in this half. It's kind of just been like Order have been running into the scissors when they're throwing paper a lot of the time, or Blitz has just found some insane timings. So keen to see, as Avant have strung a lot of rounds together and built themselves up a very strong economy on the CT side. If Order starts stringing some rounds together, how long does it take for Avant to actually get across the line? Or will we see a turnaround? He's a good Dust2 player, this man.
He is indeed.
At least in Oceania. That's the big asterisk.
Well, I mean, it's been a while since Sterling has competed internationally, isn't it? I mean,
It's been a while since anyone's competed internationally.
There is that caveat, but even for Sterling a little bit further on, I mean, some Asia minors and that kind of thing with Avant, but he did have that stint with Greyhound, which was the bulk of his experience. Here comes Order into the B bomb site. Apok waiting with the M4, can't do too much, nor can Hazza, but Blitz, the machine on the CT side, might have something still to say about this round. Molly's in a good spot. Gyro's going to be forced out by that, or is he? No, Blitz just shoots him in the head. That'll do it. It's at the cost of Hugh's life, though. It's a 1-for-1, which is still not ideal for Avant, and their money is starting to get low, and they're thinking better of making this retake a possibility. So it's unfortunate for Avant. A couple of rounds in a row now where Order have cracked that B bomb site. Seems they've found their weakness.
Yeah, well, plays towards the extremities, working a little better for Order. Mid to B last round, also worked quite nicely for him.
You could see that the setup there on the B side as well was, I'd call it experimental, going for the double car. You had Blitz, I think, swinging a little early, and then Hazza trying to hide in the corner.
Blitz
but
was,
the spacing was just...
Blitz was in mid, I think, and then it was Apok and Hazza on car. Yeah. So neither of the guys at car got a kill. They both just got flashed and owned.
And destroyed.
Yep.
Didn't quite work as expected.
Yeah, no, not great. A lot of places you can play from on that B side. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not a lot of places.
Theoretically, it would be like double dark on Inferno, how you hide one, you expose one, and then you just don't expect the second man. But they
Yeah,
didn't.
but the guy facing was not the guy hiding behind the haystack or anything. He was just like, oh, you would expect him hiding hard in the left corner, but they auto wide swung it. There was no monkey business from them.
None at
Save here for Avant. Oh,
Okay, Blitz, he's managed to at least find a single in the mix here and just continues to try to fight here on Gat. You're still worried about the short players and hides his little head. Molly to Doors to try to force Blitz back, and after the engagement, it's back to the 3-on-3.
Blitz having a pretty good map for himself. You love to see it. On the rifle, no less. No AWP or second AWP. APOC's been taking up those duties on this map.
Good shot from Ricky. Round's not it yet. Over though for Order. APOC here with the Deagle can cause a bit of a ruckus every now and then, and spots Ricky, but no shot connected this time. So it'll be just Blitz in a 1-on-3.
Well, if there's a man that's going to win it for Avant right now, it's this guy.
Not wrong, but I don't think he's going to try and do it.
No, no
Just
intention.
checking out what's in the... Oh,
he's grabbing the
steering
wheel.
Come on. Put it back together, Blitz. Come on.
Look, boys, look, I go for a road trip, but the wheels become detached. Where are we going? Where are we dropping?
I'd like to go back to Brizzy.
Yeah?
Maybe we stop at Coffs Harbour, Port Macquarie on the way. Here, there, nice. Harrington Waters, you ever been there?
No.
Should try. It's got a good name. Doesn't that conjure good vibes? Harrington Waters. Don't you want to go to Harrington Waters?
It sounds like a, you know, one of those estates that open up with just stupid names that try to get, you know, rich old folks to buy up there and retire.
I feel personally attacked here because I used to live somewhere called Huntington Estate.
Yep, well, there you go. It all makes sense now.
But Harrington Waters, does that not sound
That's why
great?
you were sheltered.
I was potentially. Look at this. That's beautiful. Look, Harrington Waters. It's got a beach.
So
House and land.
Jordan's trying to sell us on this estate on his computer. There's a game, Jordan. There's a very important round.
B hit coming
right
in.
here.
I'm trying to earn a commission here, all right? Anyway, let's see what Order can do on their way into the B bomb site. Hazard steps up this time, and it's a change-up that Order haven't been used to. Normally, they've walked into B without too much of a problem. This time, cost them a couple of lives. Rotation is still quite long for Avant, but they've got Blitz coming from T spawn, and this is a bit of a curveball that I wonder whether Avant is going to be ready for.
Let's see if Ricky stays in this position. He does seem to fall back and worry about sight for now. Molly to window. Sends it back, and oh, he's switched on. He's at the ready. Hits Blitz on the elbow. And that should maybe be the round. One AWP for the retake. And again, Sterling and Hugh just start to back away silently. Look to save and give themselves another chance in the next to maybe get over to that 15th point they want here on Dust2.
This Molly could have been the difference maker from APOC. Or to get that post plan away. If you see in the 5-on-5 here, the initial hit comes in. They try to double swing. APOC's sort of backpedaling, and you see him just panic, sort of throw his Molly halfway through a flash. And unfortunately, instead of going into tunnels or bouncing off this little wall, it actually goes into the gate and explodes here. Doesn't cover anything. And then, unfortunately, it's sort of just awkward swings and awkward fights. And Order end up in a 3-on-3 on that B site rather than this Molly. Could have been in this little choke point here, or even just here would have been much better. And that could have been the round. Wouldn't have forced APOC to continue swinging or Hazard to continue swinging. Would have just halted that push, bought a little extra time for Sterling to rotate in with a supportive flashbang or something like that.
You know who you remind me of, Pilsky?
Your mum. Because I look so great.
It wasn't really what I was going for. I was going to say Picasso because your lines, your drawing, your art, it really speaks to me.
Jordan, I wouldn't be saying anything. We all saw your drawing on the mailbox.
It was a good mailbox, all right? It was a good smiley face.
It was terrible. I don't know what you were going for.
Jordan's mum is hot, though. Let's be real.
Can we not?
Hot like a Mr.
Anyway,
Molotov.
Into round 26 we go.
You've never even seen my mum.
Yes, I have.
Let's just keep it
Met
that
her
way.
in Brizzy.
No, let's just keep it that way.
Oh, okay. All right. She was lovely. She was
Keep
lovely.
my mum out of this.
Sorry, Debbie.
Doxed.
Debbie, elfish girl, Mace. There you go.
All right, anyways.
Elfish mum.
Anyways, let's see how Avant's going to hold on to this bomb site because they do only have a couple of guns. Open M4. But they've got 4 players stacked on A, so this could actually go quite poorly for Order, particularly if they don't use their utility. Mollies are being thrown in onto the site. Now we'll see the peek coming through from Sterling, who is fully flashed at the moment, but he has landed the shot onto Ricky. Still survives for the moment, and Hugh won't really pose too much of a resistance. That's a good take from Order, helped out substantially by the util.
Straight up onto site. Ali has the cross at CT. They know that Hazard's playing from short. The jump shot comes out. It's actually not actually connected by APOC, but he's got all the info in the world. Jira, he's just trying to deal with APOC, who's just been a huge nuisance. Hazard can't connect as he makes his way all the way through elbow, almost to site, and Jira gets himself a very big round. Couple of kills.
Double orb kept through for Order intentionally on that T side of Dust2.
How many rounds in a row was that for Order?
4.
5. I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5.
I thought it was 4.
Ooh.
It's 5.
5. There you go.
6, actually. There you go.
7.
No, that's
No,
5.
that's
Was it
Avant
10?
on the right side. Don't worry. Don't mind me. I'm still in bed.
Jordan, what was it? 10 to 11?
I think it was like something like 12.
Here's the catwalk control for Order. That's like the guy who you're haggling with, and he's just like, oh, what, $20? Oh, 15. Okay. 10? 10. You're gonna sell it to me for 10. That's crazy, man.
And you'll deliver it.
Well, you can see Avant worried about the extremities. Setups towards B tunnels. Dribble smoke comes out. Molotov exchange from Avant in the meanwhile. As Ustillo just keeps those rotations honest. Now Order continuing to push up catwalk. A well-timed nade. Oh, how does that do that little damage from Sterling? He's timed it to perfection. Unfortunately, it doesn't really connect as much as you'd want it to. Order, you can see how much utility they've got. With 50 seconds on the clock, they can go for the full exi here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. But Blitz in position with the counter flash at Goose. Sterling on the site. Recipe for success here.
A couple of flashes get thrown on in. Blitz actually, through a flash as well, is going to catch Valiant. So flash is going all over the place. Same with grenades. Sterling has seen Ustillo crossing, and he's just going to use this pixel angle on the side of the smoke to peek through, but Order have worked their way forward. It's a good trade again from the T side, and Avant just do not seem to be able to hold on to either of these bomb sites.
Bombs on the site, 10 seconds. If Alistair goes down here, then it's going to be quite hard for Ricky. But he won't.
All right.
Actually,
Ali hits him.
love the attempt there from Ricky on the util. Hold on, I'll see if I can go back to it. On the old skyboxing.
How many in a row is that now for Order?
I think, what was it, 13 or 14? Ricky actually gets this molly ready for over the top. He wants to try to throw it on catwalk. I got to turn that back on. So that it lands here, but it didn't actually land. And APOC, he had already pushed all the way up there, but another great line anyway. Force buy for Avant, half buy for Avant.
Yeah, they're starting to run low on money. They've got a few rounds left to play with, but things are not going too well at the moment. That could have been a nice line for Blitz with the scout, but not able to click in time, or at least not able to kill his opponents. Sterling's got himself one.
Order still have the man advantage, and the flash comes in. Sterling tries to go with it and cannot get on the line. So now back to the two-man advantage. And as you can see, he has it. He's ran away back towards the A site, does not fancy his chances with the rest of Order just smashing their way out of bedroom. And Avant, they go for the gamble.
Yeah, I think Blitz kind of stopped multi-fragging, and since then there hasn't been a whole lot happening for Avant. Kind of just getting cleaned up here by Order. How many is it in a row is that, John?
32, I think it was, last count.
Quite a lot. Really on a bit of a roll, aren't they?
Oh, there was a world where Hazard just hit every single one of those bullets, and oh, unfortunately the pressure is too much, and Order, they equalise 14-14, bringing this map back from a situation where Avant looked like they had a huge stranglehold on map number 1 of the series.
Well, they did. I mean, Avant's doing their best Vici impression at the moment. They've lost 6 rounds in a row. 7 rounds in a row, I think, now. And they've got their money in line for these last couple of rounds, or at least for this round. But should they lose here, well, then it's definitely Order's map to lose.
Yeah, pressure on Long. Alistair actually makes it out there with the AWP, and he is locked in. Does put it out towards Blue. Very quick one, straight up catwalk, but both picks go the way of Avant. Alistair actually burns alive at Long to the Molotov. Sterling punishes one of those quick ones up Long, and Order, they're going to try and call the audible back towards mid. In the meanwhile, Blitz pushes through. Long Hut behind them, though.
It's not looking too great for Order, is it? Avant have done everything right in this round. Blitz, so much map control. He's gotten behind Ricky as well. It's just Valiant's left alive, who was able to dispatch of Blitz, and he hits the head onto Hazard. How many more can he get? There goes APOC too.
Is this going to be a 1v5?
Well, it might not necessarily be, but even if it is not, he's done a lot of economic damage, and that is going to hurt Avant.
Doors are open, and he doesn't have a smoke.
He's got a flash, he's got a molly, and he's got Sterling staring straight at him. Nope. But wasn't on the line at the right moment. Starts to stick it. Hugh just edging forward silently, and that's going to be an easy 15th. Avant, they bring it back, but Valiant makes it hard for them.
Yeah, they don't want to make their lives easy, Avant. They're up, 14-8 or something like that, and now, only now that Order's evened up the scoreline, do they actually finally take a round. What's the money like? APOC and Hazard down to 3.6. We'll have to have some guns dropped over, which is going to take a bit of a toll on the utility for Avant. So not even heading into the match point round with the finest weaponry and utility. Probably, well, finest weaponry, but probably not the finest utility. Actually, Famus has to come out. So not ideal. Order, however, plenty of money. We'll continue buying.
Already a tag onto APOC, who just gets around the corner in time. Kind of leaves Blitz a little bit high and dry at the moment, although he is just spotting. Going to be ready to help out should the push come through mid. It does look like a weaker area of the map at the moment, though, for Avant, so they'll be hoping that won't happen. Better start to the round, though, for Order.
Waiting for Avant to aggress into middle. Order took that catwalk control with a nice set piece of utility very early on. Plenty of utility here for Order.
That's the thing, though. Where to from here? Where do they decide to go?
It's looking like it might be a mid to B.
No utility on that B site. A flash and a nade. No smokes, no Molotovs left over at 50-second mark. I think this is fantastic for Order. As long as they're able to trade Blitz in mid, if they actually do mid to B, they can leverage a pretty big utility advantage to actually win this round here.
He doesn't even have the backup of APOC right now, so he is just going to have to do this himself. Here's Blitz. He sees Gyra and Valiance, but cannot get either. A headshot onto Valiance will be finished off by the grenade of APOC, and it's also helped out by Hazard. So far, this is actually turning out okay for Avant, but it's APOC on 13 HP to lock down this bomb site, or at least grab one more frag. Fully flashed, can't do that, and a 2-on-3 retake now required for Avant to avoid overtime.
You saw that flash coming in, and it just looked so damn dangerous, but Hugh, he's managed to close the distance over towards tunnels now, just trying to come in from upper dark, but Ali, is he wary of it? Spots him, gets around the corner in time, and back to safety. Now Sterling needs to draw some attention here from B ramp, tries to make his way into window. Ustillo just perched underneath. Ali up on the boxes. He goes down. Great coverage, but now it's all up to Sterling. 1v2. Ustillo, what you got? It's Gyra over from Carr to close it, and there we are. 15-15. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some overtime to get to, so we won't keep you waiting. Go grab yourself a drink. We'll see you in a minute.
Take a chance and not a blue.
to focus. It doesn't matter cause you live a lie. You want attention from every guy in the park. But when you call, give you my heart, you rip it out. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you.
I've been so anti yeah, you're a bad chick and you know that. Eyes roll back every time you throw that. Love letter on your bed, I wrote that. I need you and I'm not afraid to show that. Could buy you anything, anything on your everything.
Overtime achieved by Order. They had to win 7 rounds straight, and well, then they lost one, and then they won another one. But all's well and good. Doesn't sound quite as good as 8 in a row, but even still, it's quite a feat from Order to make that comeback happen in the second half of Dust2. And Avant couldn't really hold on to either A or B, which does not bode particularly well heading into this OT.
Yeah, after Blitz stopped getting those massive multi-frags and Order had stopped, losing early round duels in middle, you did start to see the tides turn, and it seemed like Order, every which way that they went, they were able to pick themselves up rounds. Again, Order is showing their dominance in middle. They've got the AWP posted up there. Ricky is ready on the extremity to at least gather the information that push has come out. An awkward exchange between these two. But as the rotations start to shift, Avant need to make sure that they don't get caught, and that's exactly what happens. Alistair just walking out middle, full confidence, and now the mid to B execute straight onto the single player.
APOC in all sorts of problems with the orb, and it looked like he was nearly going to step up there. He nearly had himself a couple. Missed the second shot though, and that's where the round really has fallen apart now for Avant. Orders into B. They've got 2 players left. And I don't think Avant is going to be having much of a say in how the rest of this round pans out.
Well, all that was happening. Sterling copped a leg as well, so as you can see, Avant, they're not too interested in the round. He's very worried about Ricky over towards the top of mid. However, it's overtime. Look, what have you got to lose? Maybe they are going to go for this. They've only got 10 seconds to get onto site and start that defuse. Well, the round's over. They've just left this one way too late. All Order has to do is just hide, not show themselves, and lock down the round, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Order find a 16th and take the lead.
Yeah, you could really just see what Order was going for there. They're in a 1-3-1 setup. They forced their way straight out of middle, and it's kind of like a domino effect again. As soon as this first pick goes the way of Alistair, on Dust2, when you got teased this deep in towards middle, you kind of cut the defense in half, and it forces the rotations to come out, and unfortunately, that's exactly what Order did. They forced their way out middle, they cut the map in half, and from there, Avant's just caught out all over the place. You've still got those 2 players towards the extremities. Ricky's punishing those long pushes. You love to see it. Dak comes out, bit cheeky. Gets a little damage done. Worth the Dak purchase for 30 HP?
Always, mate. Always. The auto sniper in overtime, I don't see any reason why not. I'm a big fan. You got plenty of money. Don't have to really worry about it too much.
Hugh threading the needle.
Again, another great start for Order. This time Blitz punished for his aggression. Hugh as well going to try and get aggressive, and he makes it work. So there is at least long control established for Avant, but A control has more or less been lost. Order have just waltzed their way up onto the bomb site and even done a fair bit of damage to Avant on their way in. All of the Avant players are tagged up. Sterling has grabbed himself a kill onto Valiant. So numbers advantages there for Avant.
Oh, looks like we're going to see a 3-man retake from Long. Avant going on the long road that way, as short control is now going to be dominated by Order. 3-on-3. Bomb is planted for short as well. So this is dangerous for Avant coming in from this position. And they've taken so damn long waiting for it as well.
It's too
Big
late.
pick from Ali. Apoc tries to wrap around. Ali goes down 2-on-2 now. Bomb still planted for Justillo on short. There was a moment where that could have worked.
Wow.
But the repeat, 2 seconds left in the round. Justillo locks it for Order, who tend it to a 2-round lead.
The 2 T-side streak just continues. On and on it goes for Order. A complete turnaround from where they were sitting. I think it was 14-8. You know, they're 9-1 since we're at 14-8. They've gone 9-1 on this T-side in continuing into OT. They've taken 2 out of 3. See if they can get the hat trick.
No long control for Order, but that is a beautiful nade from Hazard. As Order go for the contact play, leg spotted, head tapped, and Hazard now just calls out for the rotate. Nice movement around the box and flashed in again to find himself a 3K. This looks like an Avant round, which they need here in the first half of OT.
Yeah, definitely has been a struggle to get rounds on the CT side here on Dust2, hasn't it? But that's worked out okay for Avant. A 2-1 split at the end of halftime, or at least it very well should be. God forbid Valiance wins a 1v5. He had a crack at it earlier during regulation time, so maybe this round's not over just yet. We'll creep his way up into mid. That's being spotted by Sterling, who, with the AWP now, at least gets the information, if not the kill. A leg shot or a tag through the door is going to be enough to put it into Sterling's favour with the pistol, and so 17-16 for Order at the end of the half.
Some really great counter flashes coming out after Hazard makes that initial contact. You can see coming into B here for Order. They start to walk in, and you're going to see the rotations out. Instant flash straight in from Apoc. He throws another one over the top. Hugh continues flashing in. Just a lot of support there for Hazard to keep him alive as that B anchor, while Order walk out and apply a lot of pressure onto him.
Counter flash at long. Sterling was posted on the line, and that's going to be long control lost now as Order prioritise sending their way up mid. Ali missed opportunity. Hazard from lower turns it into a 2-man advantage, and this is looking good out mid. Hazard goes just dry pushing. Gyro caught with his pants down. Hazard tries to cross, but Justillo finds him with the smoke bank. Fighting from Car though, he's isolated, and Hugh hits right back again. Val, look, it's going to be one little bit easier being a 1v4. Manages to find that first pick over towards the B player, as the other 3 from Avant all the way in the A site, 2 at long, bomb planted open. It's not going to work out. Val, he's packing his bags.
Man, so many people this game have packed their bags, Mac. You wonder where they're all going.
Yeah, not meant to be going anywhere. Still got some restrictions in place. Relax.
I mean, I guess it's okay to pack your bags if you just want that
Just plan ahead, you know.
sort of experience.
Oh, is it like a
Getting ready for
doomsday
the
preppers situation?
Yeah, you know,
Getting
zombie
ready for the
apocalypse on the way.
Yep.
Yep.
Did you know that some airline companies are doing flights to nowhere? Like, you can go to the airport, get on a plane, and it like does a circle and comes back to the same airport for all the people that missed flying.
Wow, they're really digging deep. Like, what is the point? No one actually likes the flight.
Well, apparently some people do.
Yeah.
Some people like the flight.
I like flying. You get to watch
The
the
actual
free
flight?
movies. Yeah.
They're not free, Mac. You're paying thousands of dollars for the tickets.
Well, we went to Malaysia. That was all right, you know.
What do we watch? Can't remember.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter's always a good
Like
one.
Gardenscapes. Oh, look at this long fight from both sides.
It is a bloodbath at long, and Justillo comes out the victor with the trade. So Order 1-man advantage, but Blitz, he's looking to stop that, and he certainly does. Big headshot, and another found by Ali. So Still, man advantage maintained by Order, so they will have the advantage for the rest of the round, but the question is, where do they rotate? Ricky's gone very aggressively into upper dark, and that's going to be a lot of control. Rotation back with this bomb to top mid, as APOC tries to edge his way forward, almost found the timing on a Val, but it did not quite work out, so 1v3 for Hugh.
Definitely did nearly have that. Now it's Hugh, 1-on-3, but hey, a winnable situation for him, to be honest. All of these angles are very isolated. He can find 1v1s, spams through the smoke. Oh, again, nearly catching Valiant. Ricky out in the open will hit the shot. Had he not, it was problematic. But all's well that ends well for Order. And now they, again, actually, for the first time even, will have a map point.
Been a long road back here for Order. You know, down 14-8 at one point. They have absolutely grinded their way straight back into this game on that T side. Now they have the chance to close it out. They just need this one gun round on CT. Otherwise, we're going to another OT. Oh, Avant legging it straight down middle, as we've seen from both of these teams quite a bit this half. Very, very quick one straight up catwalk. Ricky is smoked off and flashed off the line.
Yeah, but he's seen them at least. He's given that info over to the Order players, and they've set themselves up on long. Alistair, it was a wallbang, I think, onto Blitz. Unfortunately, not enough to kill him, but it is enough to force Avant away from the site.
Oh, nice nade. Hazard has certainly caught that one on the forehead. Down to 50 he goes. Avant just double back and look to commit up short again after showing face before. Still plenty of util to flush out the site with those mollies. Flashes to get them round the corner. But Sterling slides one over the top there at mid on Ustillo.
Keeping it interesting, isn't he? HP deficit is quite substantial for Avant, but numbers advantage is always a factor as well. Having done that damage to Ricky also opens up some doors. Gyra's going to go for a bit of a push out from long, and that could well be problematic for Avant. They walked right into him. Double kill for Gyra. He spotted the bomb as well. Sterling is at least able to get the trade down, but that is a lot of info for Order, and they've come scurrying across to mid, scurrying across to the A bomb site, but Avant's headed back in the other direction, courtesy of Blitz leading the charge in upper tunnels.
Oh! There was a chance there, but I think Sterling just pulled out some utility and missed the chance to slide one onto Val. It's a nice way to defend.
They're going to have to speed things up quite quickly here, Avant. They've gone backwards and forwards all over the map, and now they're in toward A. Alistair is there defending. One kill is maybe even good enough to win the round, because now Sterling just needs to sit that bomb. Alistair pushes right on top of him, and Sterling cannot hit the shot. Alistair is absolutely pumped. He's thinking about all the mustache hairs he's growing in that one moment. 19-17, the scoreline, and Order will pick up map one. It's a